Okay, everyone, I'm here to try to explain Babylon again. This is the angel of light in Revelations 18:1 and 2, this information. I'm very serious when it comes to doing videos, and I apologize for that. This information is very important. It is information that will set you free from an oppressive Babylonian system that this country is contracted with through their birth certificate. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what's going on with this country. I'm going to explain to you what Babylon is and how it reigns over this country. So it's very important when you understand Babylon that you understand how our country was founded and how Babylon came into being in our country. When our country was founded, we were Americans. Thomas Jefferson said, "I shall ask the favor of him in whose hands we are, who led this nation as Israel of old from their native land and planted them in a land flowing with the necessities of life." So, according to the Bible, Proverbs 22:28, remove not the ancient landmarks set by your fathers. Our forefathers gave us boundaries, that was one of them. And it's wise to listen to those boundaries. And our country was founded just like Israel. We had gold as money. We had a constitution that, like our forefathers said, the Constitution is for a moral and religious people and is inadequate in the hands of any other kind of people. So, this is what we had in America. We had a right to contract according to the Constitution. We had gold as money. We had freedom from an oppressive government. But what happened along the way is we became bankrupted. We became borrowers. We lost our way. We fell. And during this fall, during this time, we took the same route Israel did, because what has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Isaiah 29:9 through 11, it says, be drunk, not with wine, stagger, but not with beer, for this vision will be to you sealed. I have closed the eyes of the seers, the prophets, and the rulers. So God has closed the eyes of the pastors of these churches and the prophets and the rulers of our country, and they have sealed their eyes. They're all partaking in this Babylonian system. They're drunk on the wine, the benefits of Babylon through the birth certificate and social security card. These people here lavish gold out of the bag. That's verse 6 of Isaiah 46. Some lavish gold out of the bag. They hire a goldsmith to make it into a god. This is the bank, corporation, Satan. This is filled with borrowers. Because when you lavish gold out of the bag, you hire a goldsmith to make your gold into a god, which is fiat currency. I should put it, fiat currency is idols of Babylon. Here, I'm going to try to write that down real quick. Study fiat currency. Fiat currency. Our forefathers warned us. George Washington said, but if in the pursuit of the means we should happen to stumble again upon unfunded paper money or any other species of fraud, it will enter the body of politics like spirit liquors enter the body. I will show you them, with whom the kings of the earth committed fornication. We were all kings, just like Israel before they cried out for a king. and the inhabitants were made drunk on the benefits that Babylon offers. You know, government takes care of us. You know, you can't work unless you have this, a birth certificate. That's a birth certificate that enters you in to this bankrupted corporation here called United States. This is the United States here. This is the law of the land. This is the law of commerce. The birth certificate is what enters these people into Babylon. Babylon is a corporation. The United States is a corporation controlled by the Federal Reserve, the UN, the World Bank, IMF. You know, it's all one big happy family. Federal Reserve controls the United States. I will show you the mystery of the woman and the beast. These are the beast. You know, Isaiah 46:1, Bel bows down, Nebo stoops low. Their idols are upon the beast. This is the beast right here. This is the beast. That's the image of the beast. And then when you contract with the image, you sign your name on the Social Security card or any other driver's license. You need that to get a driver's license. There's darkness. Okay, these people are borrowers. Deuteronomy 28:43. You know, the whole chapter of Deuteronomy 28 says, if it comes to pass that you hear my voice and obey my commands, blessed you will be. You will lend to many nations and not borrow. But if it comes to pass that you do not hear my voice and obey my commands, then cursed you will be. The stranger, mystery, Babylon, that is in your midst will rise high above you. That's why all the buildings are the highest in the city. Every city. He will lend to you, you will not lend to him. This creates darkness and a void. First there's a void and lack and wanting, which creates this system. You know, it's lacking God, the ability to trust God, so we become borrowers. And this system is a system of darkness, because they won't tell you this process. This is a corrupt, satanic corporation right here, owned by the Federal Reserve Bank, the UN, the World Bank, all the central banks of the world. You know, the reason why God's people can't figure it out, they've been blinded. Plus, the Bible says, in all you're getting, get understanding. They don't understand the system. They don't understand the money system, the Federal Reserve, the UN. They don't know what all this stuff is. So they can't figure out the system. They don't know nothing about this system. They don't know what the birth certificate is. They think that you got to be subject to the powers, you know, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. But Caesar tricked you. Oh well, that's another video. But the UN was started by Rockefeller, who controls the Federal Reserve. Rockefeller even admitted, he said, some around the world have accused me and my family of conspiring against the best interests of America. And he said, if this is the charge, then I am guilty and I am proud of it. He started the UN. Habakkuk 2:5 says, he is greedy as the grave, and like death is never satisfied. He is he gathers all nations to himself. That's the UN. And all of these entities that these rich men, Rockefeller, Rothschilds, Schiffs, Warburgs, all of these people control this system, Babylon. So when God says come out of Babylon, basically he's saying is stop worshiping the image, because this image is carried on and it starts with your birth certificate. And we contract with this name on this birth certificate. They own you through this name, the image. It's the image of the beast, and you're the beast whenever you sign to it. Whenever you put your signature next to that, you are now the beast that Babylon reigns over. So this is just a little illustration. I just keep trying to find ways to explain it simply so that people will understand. When God says, come out of Babylon, come out from the midst of Babylon, utter it with shouts of joy, utter it to the ends of the earth. Say, God has redeemed his servant Jacob. That's Isaiah 48:20. Because Jacob understood his rights. He understood the birthright. These people over here, they're giving up their birthright for the image of the beast. And they're entering into Babylon, where they have privileges, they're controlled. Everything is controlled by this Babylonian system here. And you are also traded on the New York Stock Exchange through the birth certificate as a banknote. In her was traded slaves and souls of men. Revelations 18:13 and Jeremiah 2:14 says, is Israel a homeborn slave? So we are all slaves until you come out. God's wanting us to come out and utter it to the ends of the earth. And it's interesting because I have a really hard time explaining this to God's people. I thought that God's people were really going to be excited to hear what Babylon was, because I thought that it would be a serious matter, that if they were worshiping the image of the beast, that they would want to stop doing that. But the problem is it affects their stomach, their ability to make a living. God says, come out of her with shouts of joy, utter it to the ends of the earth. Say, God has redeemed his servant Jacob. Redeem yourself. Come out, redeem from this system of slavery. Did he not lead them through the deserts and give them water from the rock? Come back out here. Benjamin Franklin said probably the prime cause for the revolution is that King George III would not allow the colonies to an honest money system. Babylon over here is controlled by the Federal Reserve. It's basically the same system that we broke away from. Alright, if you have any questions, please let me know.